Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So, is there something that you really want to do in life? What is that one thing that you really want to do? What's that one thing that you've always wanted to do? For those of you who are, I don't know, let's say in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your whatever, what is that one thing that you want to do? That you believe that you could do it, but you just haven't started. You're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the right time, right? You're waiting for that right time. I just need to get so and so together, or I just need to get so and so together, or I just need to do this, or I just need to do that before I could actually start doing that. And how long have you been saying that to yourself? That, you know what, I'm going to start when so and so happens, or I'm going to start next year, or I'm going to start after I do so and so, or I'm going to start after I start making this much money, and I'm going to start after I start doing this, or there's always some sort of excuse some that a lot of people provide for themselves as a reason why they can't start something. So again, what is that one thing that you always want to do? Now, I agree, there are times when you have to get certain things in place before you can go on and take a new task or a new challenge or go after a new goal, that there must be a piece of the puzzle put in place, and it provides a platform for you to be able to start something new. So sometimes that is necessary, but sometimes it's not. And regardless, the thing is, sometimes you just have to start. You have to start implementing stuff. You know, if you wait for a perfect time or a perfect world or a perfect financial situation or a perfect whatever, you put it in, you fill in the blank. If you wait for that perfect thing to happen, you'd realize a lot of times that you're going to just be waiting and waiting and waiting. You have to do it. You have to start. You have to figure out, what am I going to do? Right? What do I need to do? And then what am I going to do to get where I need to go? And a lot of times it begins with beginning, right? It begins with beginning. So instead of saying, you know what, one of these days, all these really good cakes and cookies and stuff that I make, one of these days I'm going to start my own business. Why not just start it? Start small. And then what happens in life is you figure stuff out as you go. But if you wait for the perfect situation, if you wait to have the the complete amount of money that you need depending on the situation, then you're probably never going to start at all, because what we do is we have a tendency of talking ourselves out of a situation, right? The more time we give ourselves to think about it, a lot of times it's the more time we give ourselves to not do it. So you're giving yourself more time to wait for that perfect feeling or emotion or whatever to come into play. And what you're doing in turn is talking yourself out of it. So my thing to you is, why not just begin? Why not just start? So I wanted to go to college. I'll offer you a personal tidbit here. I wanted to go to college, but I didn't have money. So what did I do? I showed up in the United States of America with $200, and I was like, I'm going to college. And long story short, several degrees after, I've been to college, been through college, right? And started with no money, absolutely no money. But I'm gonna do it. Because you figure stuff out a lot of times when you're put in a position, in a situation where you have no choice but to figure stuff out, because you're moving along and you don't want to fail. You're trying to figure out ways that you want to be successful. So you figure it out. I figured it out. I figured out that if you studied really hard, you can get a lot of scholarships. And I got thousands and thousands of dollars in scholarships. I think I've probably gotten probably about $250,000 or more dollars in scholarships because of the amount of schooling I did and the degrees that I did and all that sort of stuff, and the cost I had to pay being a foreign student at first, because you pay way more if you're a foreign student. So I'm sure, I've got to calculate it, but I know it's got to be somewhere around $250,000 in scholarships that I got. So you got to figure it out. And whether it was mowing yards for people or doing whatever I had to do, right, you figure it out as you are going, right? So, but you got to start. What if I just stayed home, I can't do it. I'm gonna wait for the money. I was never gonna get the money because we're not rich. So my family's not rich. So I was never gonna get no one was gonna ever have money to give me to go to college, right? So if it's a business, it's the same thing for you. Probably nobody in your family is gonna have money to give you to start a business. So you probably gonna have to figure out, well, you want to have this big cake or cookie business or whatever business one day, but maybe you just need to start selling in the neighborhood, right? And start your business with $300 or $400 or whatever the case is. Work and scale your way up. Look for big contracts, at hotels or restaurants or nursing homes or it's endless once you start putting your mind to it. But you have to begin. You have to start. You're never gonna get there if you don't start. So instead of thinking and thinking and thinking and overthinking it, you have to start implementing it. You have to start implementing your ideas. And you learn and you change and you grow and you realize some things work and some things do. And if it doesn't work, then you don't do it again. And I mean, that's how you, but to just sit there and say, well, one of these days, and as you keep saying that, those days are just going by and by and by. And before you know it, it's been 3, 4, 5 years and you still haven't done what it is that you wanted to do. So my challenge to you is instead of just saying, I'm going to go back to school one day, or I'm going to learn a foreign language one day, or I'm going to start my little cookie or cake business one day, or I'm going to do whatever one day, start. Start small if that's all you could afford and see what happens. Learn, adapt, grow, read, network, all that type of stuff is going to help you where you need to go. But you won't get there if you do not start. So stop all the thinking and the overthinking and start implementing, start putting stuff into progress that is going to take you where you want to go. So that's what I want to talk about with you today. So please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications because I post almost every single day, at least 5 or 6 times a week, right? Don't forget to share the videos as well. Hit the like button and share the videos on your social medias because it helps the channel to grow. You could also drop in the comments what videos you want me to make, what topic perhaps you want me to talk about. I would really appreciate that. So until next time, be good. Peace.